Today, I'll be showing you the latest addition in my roster. It's the ISL-HMBT-1. This is the first design by committee watch that I participated, and I must say I'm still in the honeymoon phase. I'm Francois, and it's time to watch. For those of you who follow my channel, you may have already seen the unboxing. For those of you who haven't, I'll leave a link right up here so that you can view the unboxing. So I may touch a few things already that I've already covered, but still I think it's worth the while. This is the ISL-HMBT. Help me build this. The -1 is because this is the first edition, and most probably Mark at Island Watch will be having these types of sessions maybe once or twice a year, as he put it, because he liked the interaction. He liked the fact that he had these components built together with his subscribers, and I was part of that. So we'll talk about the dimensions themselves. We'll talk about the specific characteristics of the watch, and then I'll put it on my wrist and give you my final impressions, and then we'll wrap this up. So the measurements specifically for this watch here is kind of standard for an ISL SKX like. It's a 43 millimeter diameter. It has a 46 millimeter lug to lug, and you'll notice here it's male end links to this engineer bracelet. So it extends a bit further, but it has drilled lugs. So it's easy to change from one bracelet to a strap. It has a thickness of 14 millimeters. And you can see this is on a slightly domed, I should say double domed sapphire crystal. And you see also the bezel right here on the crystal makes it so that it catches the light at certain angles, and it gives another effect, I would say, to the watch itself. It is a 22 millimeter lug width, so you can easily change this, like I said, using the drilled lugs. We'll talk about the bracelet a bit later. This is like I said, an engineer bracelet. It's really comfortable. But what I specifically like is the contrast on that blue, dark blue dial. It's a sunburst dial, as you can see. I talked about the double dome sapphire crystal. If we look at it in an angle, you can kind of see that, that distortion, but because it's a double dome, quite frankly, in any angle, you can really see the time really well. What I like I said, is the contrast between the indices, the hour markers, the hands, and that contrast between the dial, that dark blue dial, which is reproduced, that color is reproduced on the bezel insert right here, which is a ceramic, highly polished ceramic insert. It's also loomed. So you have all the hour markers that are loomed. You have the hands and that lollipop, let's call it, on the second hands that is loomed, as well as the logo. The bezel itself is stainless steel with what we call, I think it's mountain knurling, mountain-like knurling. And it really grips well. Let's hear it. It's nice and smooth. And of course, it's 120 click, as you can hear. And it lines up. There's a little back play, but it lines up well. That's what we like. The material is stainless steel. As you can see here, it's highly polished. You have stainless steel crown that is signed and also screwed. And at that first position, it's a hand winding movement, NH36. because at the second position, you can change the date and the day. So that's why we call it an H36, because it has both the day and the date. And at the third position, you hack the seconds, therefore you stop the second hands, and you can change the time. Once you screw back everything is tight with this 200 meter water resistance. As you can see, this is an automatic watch. So the NH36 is an automatic movement. It's a hand winding and hacking movement. You'll see the Caseback is an embossed Caseback that was, as I said in my unboxing, something on which we voted. So people would, well, subscribers would submit different designs and we would vote on the designs that Mark chose. It was this one that won. As you can see in mirror, there's the indication about the 200 meters that I mentioned earlier. It's the fact that it's an Islander and the fact that it's sapphire. So there's no display Caseback on this watch, but as it's indicated on the front, it's an automatic movement. The NH36 movements are not really well decorated, and it's, quite frankly, not worth your while to see it anyways. So this is a screw down stainless steel embossed Caseback that I think gives good character to this watch. Like I said, this is an engineering bracelet. I like the fact that you have very large separations between the links. These are solid links. It's very flexible and very comfortable. You have a deployment clasp with a flip over, I would say, security clasp. It's fully milled. You have a push button release that snaps into place. And you have those micro adjustments. There's only 3 micro adjustments. Quite frankly, I'd like to have maybe a 4th or even a 5th, but I like the fact that it's compact. So, and this watch wears well on my wrist, so I live with the fact that it only has 3 micro adjustments. And these links on top of it are kind of small in a sense, so that it's easier to adjust with these screws and get the right adjustments. So you can change it on both sides. Sized to my 7-inch wrist, it weighs 193 grams. So it's kind of a hefty watch, but it's well balanced because the head of the watch is kind of heavy, but because you have that large clasp at the bottom, it balances it out. So this, like I said, is my go-to watch for the last few weeks now. I've been wearing this nonstop. I'm still in the honeymoon phase. I like the look and feel of it. So let me put it on my wrist and then we'll wrap this up. So here it is on my 7-inch wrist. I feel that it wears well. It's a bit thick on the wrist at 14 millimeters, but as you can see, you have a boxed, slightly domed sapphire crystal, and the fact that you have that Caseback that rounds out inside, it doesn't look that thick. But I really like the glare, the way the light hits that that sapphire crystal, that bezel right there, the way it hits all the links on the bracelet. I think it fits me well, and I hope you like these types of reviews. I hope you like this watch. Leave me a comment if you have Island Watch Islanders, and if you like this specific watch, leave me a comment. I truly appreciate you tuning in. Hope to see you next time.